Okay. On behalf of Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, we warmly welcome you, sir. The presentation of yours is the platform, the pedagogical innovations. I think you are most of the things you get it in your presentation. The delegates expect the presenters given more and more things about the pedagogical innovations. So because we are the person stand in the technology era, in this technology era, how can use the innovation inside the classroom? So it is their main aim.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I wholeheartedly welcome you, sir. Not only you, the delegates from the various state and then international level also, because we are conducting merely 1 week program. In this 1 week program, the committee members, most probably collaboration with our Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, the Thiyagu College of Education Perspectives, and then Saurashtra College of Education. These two colleges also join with us, and then we conduct the 1 week program of the online program, and then seminar. It is not a program; it is a seminar also, because different kinds of the presenters present their view of innovations in pedagogy. So you are an active person. I well known you. You are an active person in the concerned topic. So I once again warmly welcome to your presentation here, and I thank all the delegates and I thank all the committee members of your own. So once again, I thank you, all of you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, you can need it. Yes. Okay, thank you.
Telma Priya, madam. Dr. Telma Priya.
Sir, good morning.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, you can proceed.
Yes, sir. We can start now, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yes.
Good morning, sir. Hi, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yes, good morning. Kokila is here. Okay.
Yes, Professor. I'm here.
Okay.
Good morning, Professor.
Okay, ma. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma. Okay. Okay, you go ahead. You go ahead, I think,
Yes, sir.
Audible, ma'am.
Yes, okay. A dream written down with the date became a goal. A goal broken down into steps become a plan. A plan backed by action makes your dreams come true. Good morning, one and all present here. It's my great pleasure, Kumar, Assistant Professor, Thiyagu College of Preceptors, Madurai, and organizing secretaries from the Department of Pedagogical Sciences, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Dr. P.C. Nagasubramaniam, Dr. A. Mahalingam, and Dr. M. Madimelai Selvan, Mr. P. Jahanathan, and all the organizing joint secretaries of Thiyagu College of Preceptors, Madurai. And I would like to welcome each and every one for you special occasion of the final day of the international thing. And I would like Thiyagu College of Preceptors to welcome the chief guest and brief about the chief guest profile. Thank you. Welcome, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome to Nandal. Yes, it is my privilege and immense pleasure to introduce sir. He holds the degree of MSc Mathematics, MPhil Mathematics, MEd, MPhil Education, MSc Psychology, NET Education, NET Adult Education, and PhD Education. He has totally 16 years of teaching experience. Kerala since 2005, about 2 years. And he worked as an assistant professor, Dr. Sivandi Ayathanara College of Education, Tiruchendur, during the period 2007 to 2014, about 7 years. Also, he of Education and Training, Central University of Tamil Nadu, Thiyagu, Tamil Nadu, during the period 2014 and 2015. His main area of specialization are descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, multivariate data analysis technique, and educational research methods. He is also expertise in learning management tools, web tools for education, online assessment tools, mobile apps for education, augmented reality in education, artificial intelligence in education, education 4.0, free open source software, and open educational resources. He had published more than 90 articles in national and international level journals. He had successfully completed more than 30 massive online open courses on different platforms such as Coursera, Udemy, and Swayam. He has presented 150 papers at the international and national conferences held in various parts of India. He has been acted as a resource person for more than 300 workshops, conferences, FTP programs, UGC, HRDC, orientation courses, induction programs, and refresher courses held at many universities and institutions in India. He has published 4 books in the area of ICT in education. He has developed 7 modules for 2 of the NRC Orbit courses offered through Swayam platform. He has organized many national level workshops, conferences, online training programs for teachers and teacher educators across the country. He has guided around 40 students at MAD level. He is guiding 4 PhD scholars in the regular mode. He has received 3 funded projects, about 5.5 lakhs from 3 different funding agencies, including ICSSR. He achieved Best Paper Presenter Award 7 times in various seminars and conferences. He is honored with the Dr. P.K. Sudhish Kumar Memorial Best Researcher Award from CTE Kerala State Center. Regarding Board of Studies, Sir nominated as a member of Board of Studies in Education for the Department of Education and Technology, Bharadasar University, UGC SAP DRS2 for the period of 3 years from 2014 to 2017. Nominated as a member of Board of Studies in Education for the Department of Education, Sastra University, Tanjavur, Tiruchirappalli in the year 2019. Nominated as a member of Board of Studies in Education for the Department of Education, Central University of Kerala from the year 2019. Regarding Sir's membership, life member in Council for Teacher Education, Tamil Nadu State Center, Correct. Life member in Indian Society for Education and Allied Sciences, Department of Education, Madrasa Women's University, Kodaikanal. Such a wonderful person. I am inspired by all his sessions. Such an innovative person with us. We are all very much delighted to have as a resource person on this today program. Welcome, sir. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Thangavel. I hope my voice is clear, Thangavel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. So, can you proceed with further?
Yes,
Is it
sir.
okay?
The stage
Yes,
is
thank you,
yours.
thank you.
You can proceed, sir.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. So, first of all, I share my thanks to the Prakash sir. Hi, sir. How are you, Prakash sir? Okay, so after a long time, I'm seeing to the virtual.
Welcome,
And,
sir. Welcome. On behalf of
okay, thank you.
and all faculty
Good morning, sir. Professor,
Thank
good
you,
morning.
thank you all. Thank you.
Thiyagu, sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Prakash.
Good morning, sir. Principal, sir, good morning, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
So happy to see all of you through the virtual mode. Kogila, madam? Yeah, thank you. So
Thank
first
you,
of all, I
sir.
share my thanks to the Ganeshan sir to give the opportunity, as well as the entire organizing team and George Stephen sir and Tangavelu and my dear brothers, our Rajkumar and other members of the colleges. So thank you so much to give the opportunity for me to share my views related to the area of education 4.0. So I might share thanks to our Anbalagan sir too. Just now I called him to make some help from his end. Just I called a few minutes back. Just I'm going to share my screen. After that, I'm going to share my views related to the education 4.0. Yes. Suppose if you have any technical issues, kindly inform me in the chat box, and I will check my internet connections in between if I have any issues. Yes. The topic which is assigned for me is Education 4.0. I hope my screen is totally full visible to all of you. Just I'm going to start thank you so much. So I hope you already know the meaning of Education 4.0. In this regards, I'm going to leave my further presentations. So we already talked a lot of education generations like Education 1.0, Education 2.0, 3.0. Now we are in the Education 4.0 era. But why I'm using the future pedagogy? Because still now we are not much familiar with the particular approaches. So that is why I'm using the term as the future pedagogy. In the Indian context, we are not using much of the advanced technologies in the case of augmented reality, virtual reality, as well as the IoT and all. So due to the reasons, I use the term as a future pedagogy in the case of Indian context, but in the case of foreign, it's already there. So if you look onto some of the Western countries, they are already using this kind of pedagogical approaches. Yes. Now, just I'm going to stop the presentation with a small quote. Now, the changing the game of education is totally changed. So, changing the game of education represent because our uh, transacting the content or transacting the content delivery is totally changed. Previously, we are depends on only the blackboard based classroom transaction, but now we are using 100% virtual things like this kind of Google Meet or Zoom or WebEx. So we are always connected with a lot of virtual platforms. So this is the way we are connecting, and that's why now we are looking onto the most of the times the virtual windows only. We are not connecting with the students directly, so we are connecting with the virtual windows through this kind of Google Meet or other platforms too. And see that I'm going to give one small term. So please kindly, if you know the answer, kindly type the answer in the chat box. What is represent for IR? So the term is directly professionally linked with our education 4.0. So do you have any idea or any prediction about 4IR? So what is that IR represents? So any idea? Please kindly type in the chat box. We can go like some kind of interactive too. I request all to type the chat box. If you don't know, also you can type no. Okay, so no. Again, N is represent no. If you know the answer, you can type the extension of IR. What is represent of 4IR? Any idea? And why I put the word is a future learning because we are moving towards the particular technological resources. That's why I'm using the term as a future learning. Any predictions about the term which I'm going to spell here? 4IR?
The fourth industrial revolution.
Of course. Thank you, Prakash Srinivas, sir. Okay. The answer is said by the Kogla Devi madam. Exactly is correct. This is for four industrial revolutions. So the industrial revolutions of the four generations we call as here 4IR. And see, the education 4.0, the fourth revolutions, because we are going to align with the fourth revolution into our education practices. Therefore, it's called as here education 4.0. If you are adding the four generations of the industrial revolution like artificial intelligence, augmented reality, IoT, deep learning, machine learning, these are things if you are incorporating to our education practices, then we call it an education 4.0. So here I use the term this education 4.0 is replacing the clumsy of old procedures. See, so because we are using a lot of clumsy of old procedures like chop and talk or monotonous way of the presentations, that comes clumsy of the old procedures of the conventional education, it may be changed through this kind of education 4.0. And see, when we're talking about the education 4.0, apparently we may think about the teacher 4.0. Why in the teacher 4.0? Because the current context, we should be aware of it, how to incorporate the latest technologies into our pedagogical practice, as well as during the content delivery too. So that kind of teachers may call as a teacher 4.0. So that particular teachers, even they are not from the ICT background, even they are non-ICT background, but when they are going to be incorporate this kind of pedagogical, what is the technology integrations, that it may give you a, what is that, some kind of active classroom practice in the classroom itself. So that kind of teachers may call as a teacher 4.0. And now the teachers having a lot of challenges in the 21st century, particularly in this COVID era. So we are always connecting with the virtual audiences and we are always connecting with the virtual tools and mobile devices. So therefore, we don't have much connection between each of the participants, each of the learners. So this is a bigger challenge in the case of the in this current scenario. This one aspects of the negative things we are facing it now. But parallelly, we are now exploring the lot of advanced technologies like Google Meet, Zoom, WebEx, and all. So that is it. Because of the COVID, we are having some kind of expertise in this particular field. And just I'm going to move. What is Teacher 4.0? That I already mentioned that the teacher should have the strength and acquisitions of the new professional skills, knowledge related to the concept of the Industry 4.0. So the teacher should aware of it, which are the Industry 4.0 technological things. For example, just I'm going to write the technological things. So AR, augmented reality, then VR, virtual reality, then IoT, Internet of Things. Then so we are having robotics. So the next is the robotics. So like this, lot of um, what is a novel technologies. It's already incorporated into the business field or other fields. But in the case of education field, we are not using much of the things into the classroom practice. That's why, as a teacher, we should get this strength. We should be get. We can make some kind of strengthen from our skills. As well as we have to acquisition of the new professional skills and knowledge related to the concept of industry 4.0. So, and affiliated the technology among the teachers in non-IT subjects, even we are not from the IT subjects, even though we should be aware of it, we should use this kind of advanced technology in the classroom practice. And see, there is a other important changes happen to the current scenario. We could not divide the physical world with the cyber world because it's both to be linked with each other. So previously we may tell about so we are living the normal life and we are connecting with the students in a face to face. So that's maybe called the physical world. But now we are connecting with the cyber world in the physical world more. For example, now I'm going to interact with you. I'm interacting with you, nearly 96 participants of the different part of the country. So I am able to connect with you in the cyber spaces, but in a face-to-face interactions. So therefore, we cannot be divide the physical world and cyber world in this current context. So these are things only it's talking about the our artificial augmented reality and virtual reality. So, for example, just I'm going to show one of the demonstrations of the augmented reality. Why I emphasize that there is no divisions between the physical and cyber world in the current context. Just I'm moving to my mobile screen too. I hope my mobile screen is visible to all of you. I can start with my presentation with small mobile applications. So 1 minute, just I'm going to let me see. Yes. Yes, I'm going to close it and open once again. The same thing. So there is issues in the presentations now. Okay, it's may hang down. So cannot be issue. Yes, it's okay now. Yeah, just once again I'm opening it here. Yes, now it's okay. I hope my mobile screen is visible to all of you. Just I'm going to show one augmented reality tools. From this you can understand how the physical world it will be merging with the digital world. So the digital world change focusing that is nothing but the cyber world. So for example, the tool which I'm going to focusing is a spacecraft AR. Spacecraft AR. So when you're using the spacecraft AR, see you are finding the different layers. This like a small lot of access available. So now, see, this kind of abstract concept, because when we're talking about the satellite, we cannot be show the satellite back to the students. So this kind of content may be abstract in the case of the classroom practice. But I'm going to teach this kind of abstract concept in a concrete manner to my students through this kind of augmented reality tools. So here we can explain the Mars satellites and planetary satellites. For the demonstration purpose, I'm going to focusing how the launching the rocket may happen in the side of the agencies. So in my room, I'm going to launch a rocket. So just to open the center screen. So here they given the two packs. One is the Delta 2 heavy rocket as well as the Atlas 5551 rockets. So the first demonstration, I'm going to click the Delta 2. So immediately my mobile screen is open. I hope you are seeing my mobile screen. So what I'm going to do, just I'm going to scan my place, scan my floor. So after this, just I'm going to press my screen. So you can see in my room, there is a rocket. There is a rocket. Even I can able to zoom it here. So now you can see there is a blended happen between the two layers. The one layer is my real room. So that is my real environment. That is called physical world. In the physical world, I am merging the some kind of digital information. That is nothing but the this is called as cyber world. So now we are seeing some kind of illusions. That illusions with a racket. And just I'm going to demonstrate how the racket launching may happen. So just I'm going to start the stage one. You can see the stage one. So in down you are seeing the stage one. So we can move to the stage one, stage two, stage three, up to stage five. So this may happen in this case of stage one. So now in my room itself, I can be able to realize that how the rocket launch may happen. Just I move to the stage two. You can see the stage two. Yes, this is stage two. So this kind of the same process may happen to, in the case of the Indian rockets and all. I move to the stage three. So Now the stage 3, only this much of small rockets may be there. Now the fourth stage, you can see the fourth stage of the rocket launching. Yes. Now the last stage is the fifth stage. It's a very small satellite may reach the particular destinations. Okay, so this is the way the rocket launching will happen. Um, in the case of the any rocket launching will happen from the Indian side. If you look onto the stellar report and all. And see, just I'm going to show some of the satellite. Even the satellites we cannot be see from our directly because we are not able to move this sticker out and watch it here. But now we have this kind of mobile applications. From this we can explore the different kinds of satellites, how it will function, what is the structure of the particular satellite, everything we can able to see from here. Now just for the demonstration purpose, just I'm going to show how the mass basis spacecraft and which are the spacecraft we are using in the case of current context of India. So the first one is a Curiosity. This is a satellite. Just I'm clicking the satellite of the Curiosity. Now you can see this is Curiosity satellite. So this is look like this one. This look like the same things on the case of Curiosity. Just I move to the next satellite. This is satellite. Yeah, insights. This is much important for us to tell you of the mass. So they're using for the purpose. I'm clicking here. You can see this one. Yeah. Now you are seeing the other satellite. This is called Insight satellite. Insight satellite. Similar, I move to the next one. It's called Kasaragod satellite. Now you can see there is a satellite in my room. It's moving also. So you can see some kind of animated things in my room. No? So this is called the education 4.0. This is one of the dimensions of the education 4.0 because the education 4.0 is emphasizing that we should incorporate this kind of advanced technology in our classroom practices. When you are going to transact any content to the students, the content should we have to teach through in a concrete manner because this kind of tools it may give some kind of what is the meaningful understanding of the students, how the satellite should be, how the satellites function, everything they can understand from the end. And this is an example of the this is called as a markerless here. Generally, in the case of the augmented reality, there's two types of the augmented reality. The first type, I'm talking about generally, if you look onto the Google, you may find it more types. But we can easily to classify, generally we have to classify in the two way. One is called markerless here, other is called marker-based here. So these are the examples for markerless here. So even, just I like to create some kind of animals in my room. So for that, I'm using the other augmented reality application that is called, I'm using the tools now, AR Lopa. So why it's called markerless? Because for generating or for finding that kind of digital informations, the digital, so that is not a real one. So that may call as digital informations. But that in digital information, if you want to generate, there's no need for specific papers. There is no need for specific layers not needed. You can generate this kind of augmented reality experience at any places. So there is no need to worry about the places which you like to generate. And here, this packs is may supporting to different packs like may supporting the education, entertainment, dinosaurs, arts, visual tools, all the things may support it. So for the demonstration purpose, just I'm going to click the animal. So now in my room, I'm going to generate some of the animals. These animals, for generating, I'm not using any specific layer. Even if I'm doing the same thing in the outer, in my home out also, I'm able to see these things. Because there is no specific layer, is not here. Therefore, it's called markerless here. Just I'm going to create a camel in front of me. So I'm click the camel. So immediately my mobile phone is scan these places. You can keep your mobile phone in static mode. So even if you like to explore this, you can explore from your end. Only things you can keep your mobile phone in static mode. Then after that, yeah, you can able to see the camel. Now you can see there is a camel in front of me. Even you can minimize the size. If you like to increase the size, it's also possible. Now I like to add one more animals along with this animal, with the camel, and click the plus symbol. So once you click the plus symbol, I can able to find the other animals too here. Suppose I like to generate the giraffe also along with this camel. I'm scanning this place here. You have to scan like this. Then you can tap. Yeah. So now you can see the two animals in my room. So one is a camel, other one is a giraffe. Similarly, I like to make another animals in my same room. I can with the plus symbol, I can be able to add one more digital informations. For example, just I like to show, yeah, there is a crow. I'm clicking the crow. I'm keeping this crow in this place. I can see in my room you are seeing the three important things. One is a crow, then camel. This is a giraffe. So giraffe. So like this. Sorry. One. So I hope my screen visible to all of you. You can see.
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
Yes, it's visible now. So this is called markerless AR. So why is it called markerless AR? Because I didn't use any kind of specific layer to generate this kind of animals. So therefore it's called markerless AR. Now I'm moving to the one more example of the augmented reality that is called marker-based AR. So for marker-based AR, we need some kind of specific paper layer. With the paper only, you are able to generate this kind of animated things. So for this, I'm just opening one more application that is called Animal 4D. Particularly when you're going to teach about the alphabet to children, you can use this kind of application. It is free application I'm using here. That's called Animal 4D. The fourth row, the second applications. Once I click the Animal 4D, so once again, my mobile camera actually working. So that's why I may feel that our sixth sense may be our mobile phone camera because we already have this five senses. But I may think that our sixth sense may be a mobile phone camera because the mobile phone camera having the plenty of features. But we are using the mobile camera only for the taking the selfie. But instead, we have to think about how we can use this kind of mobile camera for the effective purpose, this kind of augmented reality and virtual reality teachings. So once again, I'm opening here. So only things you can install these applications on your mobile phone. That's called Animal 4D. After installation is over, you have to go to Google Images and type the Animal 4D images. You can find the plenty of Animal 4D images. So that shows on my mobile phone that we have now. Otherwise, I can move to the other things, other demonstrations. Yeah. So finally, because I think for opening it makes delay in this particular tool, just I move to the other tools now. Yeah. So why I'm focusing this area because now we could not be divide the virtual uh, like a cyber world into the physical world. So both should be merged together one. So due to that, we could not be divide which is a physical area, which is a this kind of cyber world and all. Just I'm opening here. Yes, it might be open. So here I'm using some of the tools related to the marker based area. I'm keeping this paper in front of me first. Yes. Issues. I think there is issues in this mobile. I can move to the other mobile. Okay. So sometimes with this kind of issues, you can set the other mobile too. One. Yes. Yes, I'm using my other mobile to explain these concepts. Just I'm going to share my screen of my just I'm opening the tool of A4 Mirror because that is the tool I'm using for sharing my screen. So after that, I have to share my mobile screen. So there is a server availability that may happen. And we can easily to share this kind of mobile screening while sharing your laptop screen. So for this, you can use the different mirror screening tools, but I'm using this here. The tool name is called A-Power Mirror. So I hope now you are seeing the screen now. So I'm moving to the other mobile screen because that mobile is the old one, with some kind of issues might happen. Just I'm moving to some of the augmented reality tools. Here, just I'm focusing on the tool related to the mathematics that is called 3D shapes here. So just I'm shifting the paper, some of the papers related to 3D shapes in front of me. So this is the example for the marker base because I needed some kind of specific papers. I hope you are seeing these papers which I'm showing in the camera. Please can you see it? So it's working with the QR code. I'm opening the 3D shapes here. So once I click the 3D shapes here, the 3D application might open now. So after what I'm going to do, we have to download this paper well in advance. There is an option called download markers. Once you click the download markers, it has to be download. You have to download well in advance. After you have to take this kind of papers. Then after that, you can click the play button. So now you can see, you are seeing the Octagonal Prism. The biggest challenge in the case of mathematics teaching. For teaching mathematics in a 2-dimensional board in a 3-dimensional shape is not really fine. But even though the school days we learn like this. So, but now we can be able to understand the number of faces, number of vertices, number of edges involved in this particular shapes. So this is called Octagonal Prism. Suppose I like to explore the number of edges involved in this. Once you press the edges, you can see the different straight lines. So if you count the number of straight lines involved in this, that is equal to the number of edges. If you click the vertices, you can see the number of dots. You will find a lot of dots. If you count the number of dots, that is equal to the number of vertices. Suppose I like to know the number of faces involved in this particular shapes. If I click the faces, you can see the 3-dimensional animated things. It may rotate like this. So if you count the number of colors involved in this particular shapes, that is equal to the number of faces. Similarly, I move to the teardrop. This is called pentagon. This is called hexagonal pentagon, parallax hexagonal prism. So this is called the cone trapezoid. Now we are seeing the cube and square. 2 dimensions is square, then 3 dimensions is cube. Now we are seeing this sphere circle. This is a rectangular prism. So this also here. That's previous one is a pentagonal prism. This is a rectangular prism. This is a pentagonal prism. Now you can see the pentagonal prism. So here also, if you like to explore the vertices, you can place the vertices. This is for the edges. The left side, all the options are available. This for the edges. This for the faces. So like this, we can easily to teach any kind of 3-dimensional shapes with the use of this kind of augmented reality experiences. So this is called marker based here because I can need this kind of papers. Without this paper, I cannot show the demonstrations to you. Therefore, for this, the basic thing is the paper layer. So this paper layer is called as a physical environment. The paper is a physical environment. In the above the physical environment, I am adding some kind of digital information. That is nothing but the cyber world informations through this kind of augmented reality. So this is another example for the So this is an example in the case of the markerless layer. So just I'm moving to my presentation. So that's why I focus here. We cannot be divide the physical world into cyber world in the current context. And now the people are always using to connect with their own devices. That is called BOD. It's nothing but bring your own device as a policy. Even now the software companies, so now the people are working, the software people are working the home itself. They're using their own devices. Even I am using my own devices and connecting with own devices, my own internet connection. I'm not depends on the institution things. So that kind of practice, that things is called as bring your own device policy. So hopefully after the COVID, when the colleges may started, even the government or the college may allow the students to bring their mobile phone. Through the mobile phone, they are gaining. So now we are 100% aligned with the virtual classroom practices. But once it comes to the post-COVID, we may think about how we can effectively use our mobile phone in the classroom content delivery in a blended learning mode. That we have to think. And this is called Education 4.0. So the Education 4.0, as I already mentioned, that we should align some kind of fourth revolutions, industrial revolution technologies. So if you are merging or if you are incorporating this kind of pedagogy, this kind of technological advancements into our education practices, then it may call it Education 4.0. And these are the industrial revolutions of the 4.0. One is called AI, IoT, AR, VR, and robotics. So I hope you're already familiar. There is the robotics name is called Sophia. The Sophia came in year 2019 to the Bangalore, and the robot may took the classes for the school students more than 6 or 7 months. So now the robotics also we can use for our teaching and learning process, particularly for the content delivery process we are using it. And see, there is one more news you might aware of it. There is a country they given the citizenship for this kind of robotics also. So hopefully in future our India also can move to give the citizenship this some kind of robotics in futures. And if you like to explore the education 4.0, first you must know about what is industry 4.0, 1.0, what is industry 2.0, and the next thing we can learn about industry 4.0. The industry 1.0, there is a starting stage. It is the origin stage of the industrial growth, industrial revolutions. That is meant for the water and steam power based things. So this may call as a mechanical productions revolutions. In the case of the industry 2.0, it is purely based on the electrical energy. So through the electricities, we are producing the things. Therefore, they use the term say mass productions. But in the industry 3.0, we are much using the electronic devices like computer and a lot of automated things made permissible the previous years. But now we are connecting with the cyber and physical systems. It means that we are making the cyber world into the physical world. So that's why we cannot be divide both the worlds hereafter. So we can blend together and we can explore the new experiences from our end. So this is called as Industry 4.0. Similarly, I'm going to show the difference among the education 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, as well as 4.0. The education 1.0, that is called the starting stage of our pedagogical practice. That time they much focus on the lecture and memorization based. That is the origin of our education practices. Then education 2.0, the internet enabled learning. So we are connecting with the internet. From this, we are learning it. That is the education 2.0. And so generally we may call this a Web 1.0 technology. So whenever you're using the Web 1.0 technology in our classroom practices, 2.0, that may be called as internet-enabled practices. And education 3.0 is talking about the knowledge-based education, because now if you're sitting in your place itself, you are able to connect with me. And if you like to learn anything, lot of MOOCs platforms available. From this, you can be able to learn a lot of things. And we are able to find any information through the Google itself. So this kind of things called knowledge-based educations. And now we are moving to the education 4.0. This is purely based on the innovation. So the innovations-based education means for me it's maybe innovation. For you, it's not the innovation. The innovations, there's a bit of layers. So therefore, don't confuse with that. What is the layers of the innovation here? So the innovation here represent the advanced level, the advanced technologies like augmented reality, virtual reality, robotics, this kind of thing, artificial intelligence, this kind of things we are incorporating for our education purpose. Then we call this education 4.0. So the innovation may be vary from each year. So even for each month also may vary, because if I'm using the new things, if all are using the same thing in the next month, then it might be an innovation to the forthcoming months. So the innovation means if you're using any things, what is that, innovatively, or you are using as a first, then may call as innovations. Therefore, the innovations today it may be innovation, tomorrow it won't be innovation. The levels may be vary because of innovation. And similarly, I'm going to focusing on the four generation of the teachers. The teacher one generations, they are much focused on the teacher-centric and standard curriculum only. And the teacher two, so based on the education 2.0, it promoting the personalized learning. It's promoting the personalized learning and performance-based learning. It promotes the learning anywhere and any time. And this is a teacher 3.0. It's called as a protective assessment task. And here we are much focused on the student engagement as a layer. So whenever you're assigning tasks, we have to think about the gamifications, how we can make the participants to be more active. So this is which may focus on the teacher 3.0. And teacher 4.0, there is called innovative way. That's I already mentioned that the innovative is represent, it will be different to each individual. For me, it will be innovation. For you, it will not be innovations. So the innovative, the what is it, the level also may be vary of each and every day. So this is where the innovative may differ. And whenever you are using the new advanced technology in our classroom practice, particularly for teaching, learning, as well as assessment, that may call as a teacher 4.0. Particularly the teacher those are using it. The teacher those are using it, they call as a teacher 4.0. So that's why how can we describe the correlations between the Industry 4.0 technology revolution and Model 4.0 education? So that's a question from Fakir Bergberg. So that's why I told. When you're using the augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence tools in our classroom practices, that may be called as the education 4.0. So what is called industry revolution? That technology. So the augmented reality is a technology, virtual reality is a technology, artificial intelligence technology, Internet of Things is technology, robotics is a technology. This much of industrial technologies, fourth revolution technology, if you are incorporating our pedagogical practices, then it may call us a education 4.0. If the teacher using that technological practice, they call us a teacher 4.0. So now just to, once again, I'm focusing what's education 4.0. So this much of terminology may connect with the education 4.0. Even the bring your own devices, because previously we may connect with only the institution device or someone who's providing the device we are connecting with this. We are connecting with this. But nowadays we are connecting with our own devices. We are not dependent on anyone. So this also the part of this in the case of the education 4.0. Then this is FC represents a flipped classroom. So even the flipped classroom also part of this. Even lot of research is going on this particular flipped classroom or the inverted classroom. Just I'm moving to the one more theory. This is one theory. Even you can Google it. There is an article it's written by the McKinsey Quarterly. So now we have the doubts that whether we are impacting the robotics or the artificial intelligence, that artificial intelligence technology may replace the teacher. Like this, we have these lot of doubts may arise. So due to that purpose, he made a good article. He given the lot of reports like in the diagram representations. What he highlighted in the sense in which are the sectors we are able to connect with this kind of artificial intelligence, particularly the automation services and all. So in the case of education services, uh, managing others is not possible because the red color represent the technical feasibility. So the red color represent it's not possible to incorporate the AI in our classroom practices. And these are the practices managing others. So here there is a lot of different domain-based practices. And this blue color represent is possible, 100% possible. This yellow color represent is a moderate level possible. So according to his report, it showed that the education services, the managing others is not possible through the IAA. Applying the expertise is also not possible. Then stakeholders interaction is not also much possible. But there is a possible unpredictable physical work like with this kind of small interactions and data collections, because now we are collecting the data through the online only and processing the data. So even that is called deep learning and machine learning may help him to lead it further for doing the research using. And predicting the physical work is also possible. So only the three important things possible in the case of AI, but other layers not possible. But if you look into the accommodation of food services, in the case of accommodation food services, it's possible. Even the 100% possible in the case of the predictive physical work. So therefore, we don't have any kind of worries about that. Once the AI comes, automatically the teachers may replace. Not at all possible, because for teaching, the teachers needed, even if the robot can teach in the sense, who is giving the coding? And the for making the coding, for making the robot also someone's behind the scene, they can write the code. The coding may be a computer science people, but the questions, the proper answer the robot may give. No, for this, the teacher is needed to give this answer to the computer expert. Then that person only can make this a code. Therefore, for making AI is 100% perfect in the pedagogical practice, the teacher is needed and computer expert is needed. Early that this kind of robotics. So if you are incorporating the three things in a proper manner only, it's possible. It leads the further in the case of robotics. Otherwise, it's not really possible. Just I'm moving to the AI. Because in the case of the emotional education 4.0, most of the things may align with AI, artificial intelligence. So here, just I'm going to start with a small activity. This AI games. I hope this you're already familiar with this. Just I'm skipping this area. Instead, I'm going to highlighting some of the education-based AI tools. So first, I'm moving to the tools which I'm focusing now as part of the AI. So first, I can define what is AI. So AI represents the machines can think like a human being, because the people like us, we have this some kind of cognitive process. Like we are able to think, we are able to find these solutions, and we are able to implement the things. Then finally, we are able to know whether the implementations, the things whether it's good or not. So like this, we are able to evaluate. The same thing the machines can be able to do it. Therefore, that kind of machine thinking may call as an artificial intelligence. So there is a tool. Just I'm going to share this link to all of you. Kindly explore this link. Here you can find out the plenty of AI tools, artificial intelligence tools. So it's a project of the Google. So the Google's created a lot of augmented reality, so artificial intelligence, different application they prefer image. So a lot of things are more than 25 applications are there. We have to explore one by one. But for the education context, I'm going to add only few of the tools to you. One is called autodraw.com. This also one of the artificial intelligence of the Google product. So the Google's made this kind of small. Now it's working as a beta version only. Very soon they may incorporate this kind of advanced feature into our normal Jamboard, Google Jamboard, even for the Google Meet also. That might incorporate it. So I'm waiting for the comment. So the tool which I'm focusing is called AutoDraw. This is also part of the augmented reality innovations because of Google. If it comes here, you can see the separate layer in this. So there is the AI. So here it is there. Yeah, that's called font map and sketch print tones and handwritten. So this is the AutoDraw. So even if you're not able to locate the AutoDraw directly, you can go to the AI experiments. There is a tool name called AI Fast Drawing to everyone. You can launch the experiment directly from here. Otherwise, you can go to the AutoDraw directly. So once you launch here, I can see this kind of whiteboard screen. Now you can see the machines can think like a human being. For this, you are going to see the demonstration here. And these are the tools, the normal tool. So generally we are using the Google Jamboard, like a drawing, text, type, and fill. These are the layers is already there in the case of the our Google Jamboard. Even other whiteboard also might be there. But only the things, just I'm focusing as the AI tool is called AutoDraw. So a lot of features are there, but this only the feature is related to the artificial intelligence, that is called AutoDraw feature. There is a black color button. Now my intention to draw a car. For example, once I select this AutoDraw button, just I'm going to draw a small sketch, look like a car. I'm going to draw, see, and just to draw a car. It's like a sketch one. Okay, once I do the sketching, automatically my systems, this particular tool is detecting what I intend to draw. Now you can see the above, you are finding the answer called beaming. So it suggests a lot of cause. My intention to draw a car, once it did a small sketch, automatically detecting what you are intended to draw. This is called AI, because now the machines can think like a human being. So machines can predict that, oh, this is your intention to draw. Therefore, you can select the images from this layer. So now I'd like to select this one car from here. So even if you like to change the car, I can able to change the car. So even you can able to minimize the car. You can minimize this. Suppose I like to draw a building here. Just I'm click the this auto draw button. So I'm going to draw a small sketch look like a building. Even there is a diagrams not look like OP. Okay, so just I'm making it. Now you can see the lot of buildings. There I'm going to select the building which I like to show the students. Yes. Now I can be able to minimize it. If you like to minimize this, you can do it. So this is called even I can do that other new layers. If you like to incorporate, automatically it may detect it. And based on this, it gives a suggestion too. So now I like to change this shapes to this shapes or this shape to this shapes. You can do as you like. So this is called artificial intelligence, because the machines, once you do a small sketch, automatically the machines can find or predict, oh, this is your intention. So kindly select the image from here. So this is here the great example. This is a perfect example because of the artificial intelligence. Just I move to the one more example in the case of the artificial intelligence. That for this I'm using the tool is called Sound Canva. This also is a part of the Google product. Sound Canva, soundcanvas.co. So if you like, I can share this link also. So the tool name is for Sound Canva. The previous link also I'm sharing to you in the chat box. If you like, you can explore to Ariana. So I'm sharing this link also. On this one. So one minute. So this for Sound Canvas. So my things is Sound Canva. Yeah, this one. So credit to Google. So it's a Google things only. If you click here, you can find out the sound canvas. A simple drawing tool. This is also another drawing tool, but here I am not doing any drawing, so I'm not using any mouse or any pen. I'm not using to draw here. But instead of that, my body shapes. So this like, for example, when you hear about the terms of proctored examinations, the proctored examination means that machines can monitor us. So machines that our laptop may act as an invigilator. So whether while attending the examination, you are seeing the other tab or you are watching the book, everything the machines can checking. And finally, it gives a report to the those are hosting the things. So therefore, the machine can monitor in a similar manner. This tools may monitor your body movement and all. For this, I'm using this demo. And just click the start page. So here, automatically there is a sound it may come. So this is a normal tool. But if you like to convert as a body tracking settings, you can go here. There is a body tracking settings. So first I can clear this board. After this, just I'm going to clear the tracking. There is option called body. Once you click the body, automatically this particular tool may detect my camera. So now you can see the camera, it may detecting. So yeah, so you can see the partial of my, yeah. Now you can see I didn't touch anything. So based on the movement, it may draw. So wherever I'm moving, it may draw. Suppose I'm standing here, yeah. So this is way the machines may predict us. So what is the movement from my very end? So this is called artificial intelligence because the machines can monitor where you are seeing, where you are moving, where the head is moving, so in which areas the head is moving. So everything should be monitored. So this is also another example of the artificial intelligence. Hopefully, in the future, all the assessment tools they may have this kind of specific layer to monitor the participant. That's why now even recently NPT they organize this kind of AI-based the proctor examinations and all. So hopefully all the colleges or the universities they may use this kind of tools in the future for organizing the online examination. So this is another example of the AI. So I hope now we understood what is AI. AI represent the machines can think like a human being. So what are things possible from the cognitive things possible from the people like us? The same thing the computer may predict or the machines can predict. So there is another demonstration. This is particularly meant for the language teachers. So there is the tool name is for semantics. Semantics. It is also another Google features. If you click the semantics, if you like, I can share this link also. But this is like a gamification based tool, and it may working with AI only. So the technologies behind it's working in the case of AI, but the pedagogical approach they incorporate is gamifications. Particularly when give the task to the students to learn the new vocabularies, you can use this kind of platform. So word association games powered by the machine. So here, once you start this game, they provide the two games. One is called arcade games, as is block games. The both the games and the function weights should be differ. But the importance that it may checking the word association. Suppose once you start the game, there is a green color word might be there. It may come there. I can give this some kind of associate way. For example, if I found the word sweet, I can type the words with the sweet. So immediately the machines can predict whether the term which I typed here now is correct or not. So here the machines can think the answer which I given from my end is it correct or not. If it correct, it gives the points. If it wrong, it won't give the points. So this is the way the machines can checking my process and my progress. Just I'm going to click the play artifact. Now you can see the game started now. So there is a lot of words. There is a terms related to the cake. Just I click the word sweet because the cake is somewhat related to sweet. That's why I'm typing sweet. I'm just entering here. Now you can see, yes, I get the positive comments nice. It seems it's correct. The next words might comes here. So the every green words, you have to give the some kind of associated words. The first word which I given is correct. I got the 58 points. I got the 58 points now. Yeah. The next word is hospital. So just I'm going typing as a hospital related to doctor. So whether it is directly is correct. Engine, I put as a word missing. Yeah, this is also correct. Plant. So I put the word as a green. Sun type. Yes, sun is a light. I'm giving the term as a light. So I get this on rain, water. Suppose hotel, I'm giving the wrong answer. Suppose I'm giving the wrong answer like animal. We can see. So it's not detecting. It's not accepting my answer is correct. Similarly, I'm giving the wrong answer once again. Day. It's also wrong. So hotel day. So somewhat it may. And in the telephone, just I'm giving the word as a person. If you're giving the wrong answer, it won't be recognized. So somewhat the telephone is related to the person, that's why it's electric. Electricity, power. So like this, you can play it. You see, there is a spelling mistake. Suppose I'm typing is a wrong spelling here. So there is a warning sounds I may get from here. So just I'm giving the other terms, other wrong term. It's not recognizing. It shows that it's wrong. So like this, we have to play. So now my game is because I attempted 3 times wrong answer. That's why my game is over. So the machines can predict the answer which you given from a run whether it's correct or not. Similarly, I move to the other task related to the artificial intelligence, but in a block boards. So play blocks. So here you can find a lot of blocks and pencil lot of vocabularies. But as a person, I can give any vocabularies related to any terms. But automatically the machines may finding the term which is related to the term which I given here. No, so the term which I'm given here, which is related to this, automatically may detect. For example, I'm going to give the answer related to the rain. Therefore, I'm giving the answer is a water. Even though there is a lot of terms are there, but my artificial intelligence understand which blocks you are talking about. So my answer may align with the answer is right. So it's automatically detecting even it may align with here. So it's detecting the two terms. So it gives a mark for me. So the block is removed because I given that answer. No, that's why it automatically the blocks may remove. So I'm getting the points of 50. So next I'm giving you the answer for web page. The web page related to the website is automatically detecting. Yes, I got this point now. So egg. So I put the color as a white. So now it's automatically is detecting that the answer of the egg look like red to white. So rain. Once again, I put the word water. So it's detecting as a tree and rain. So it may detecting both. Fine. So like this you can play. So here, once again, the machines can think whether the answer is given by our end is correct or not. So if you like, I could share this link also. This for semantics. The same like this, lot of tools are available. For example, there is a emoji. It's good in the case of students. Suppose if we click here, it asking to show some of the animals or some of the things. You should be show. Then automatically, if it correct, it give the mark. Otherwise, if it wrong, it show that you are showing the things no, it's not correct. You have to show the other things like that. It give the warning to us. So this is like a emoji scavenger, and it working the camera only. So this kind of small AI tools we have to incorporate to our classroom practice. So now find under 20 minutes. So that I have to show the mobile phone now. Yeah, now you can see. Yeah, so because it's showing to show the phone, I already show the phone. That's why it detect that hi you found. So the answer is correct. So next to emoji, I move to the next question. So find. So I can show the hand like this. Now it's detecting. The answer is correct. The answer is correct. Suppose if we give the wrong answer, it won't be detecting. So I had to show the computer. So I don't have computer, nothing is there. Just I'm showing the paper, kindly see. Yeah, I'm showing the newspaper. Suppose I'm going to show this computer. It's, yeah, it's detecting. Yes. So like this, because the machines now finding whether the question which is raised from the system, the same thing whether I'm showing here. So it automatically detecting. So this is also AI because the machines can thinking like a human being now. So next is we have to show the keyboard now. So I have to show that it's a board. So this is like a keyboard, that's why it's detecting. So this is also another example of the AI. Just I'm going to share this link also in the chat box. Yes. So everything's available here. You can explore the all the features related to the AI. So because the Google is doing a wonderful things in the case of the AI. So very soon they might incorporate this kind of tool in our normal tools like a Google Meet or other tools. Okay, even the Jamboard on the incorporating. This is for the AI infinite herbarium for particularly for teaching the herbarium concept. You can use this one. And this is for the music purpose. They're using the different tools. This is for the teachable shape. And suppose if you like to show the body movement, that we can export this. So just I'm showing this kind of one more tool here. That's move mirror, then cartoon free. So suppose we are adding one image, just automatically we convert to see a cartoon. So it will take a 2D cartoon, a latest pencil drawing. So in this manner, they're giving a lot of tools like visualize, Augment, then handwrittens with the things. This for the neural network sites. This for auto draw. Then cube draw. Cube draw is another tool. So they say that previously we are talking about how the systems predicted here. But similarly here, there is another drawing tool. This is called cube draw. This also we can use it for our education practice. If you quickly let's go, it asks you to draw a castle. So we have to draw the castle within a 10 or 2. Suppose I'm drawing something. So it is not that just I'm grabbing something. Suppose the answer is wrong, it gives a 0 mark only. So animal migrations, high-speed bulldozer. Now the time is up for this question. So now draw a bear. I like to draw a bear now. So just I'm going to draw. Okay, but it's not detecting it's like a bear. Okay, so yeah, therefore I'm not getting any points. So automatically, what this sketch you are doing, it may detecting whether what you're doing. So now I'm going to draw a pineapple. So just I'm going to draw a pineapple now. Now you can see it's detecting a pineapple. So now I got the point. So like this, the machines can check the content, sorry, the things they intend to draw. Now they told you what is that they insisted to draw. The same thing whether you're drawing or not, it may easy to predict and finally give the mark and give the voice over. I think you are not able to hear the voice because I'm sharing is interesting. So you're not able to hear the sounds. From my end, I'm able to hear the sounds because automatically, whichever thing you draw, the machines can finding the sketches automatically gives you the sounds, the particular shapes, the machines, how it predicts the terms it may spelled by the AI itself. So like this, the plenty of tools are available. Kindly explore these features here. Just I'm moving to the some of the mobile phone demonstration related to the AI, artificial intelligence. Before that, just I'm coming back to the definition of AI. So now we are discussing about some of the uh, things related to the AI. Just I'm moving to the theoretical theory insights of the AI. In the case of the artificial intelligence, we can use it for the artificial intelligence for the machine learning. So in the case of the machine learning and the natural language processing. Yes, I'm going to open the pen. So in the case of the machine learning, The machine learning might be useful for the deep learning purpose, then supervised and unsupervised purpose. So the learning means the machines can think like a human being. For the other purpose, the artificial intelligence, particularly for the language processing, the NLP. This also now the people are doing a lot of research in the NLP. It's good when the people are developing some kind of artificial intelligence tools for enhancing the language processing. It might be good. So very soon this kind of tools might come. Um, in the even the Google may give this kind of tool to us. So the purpose here, the missing translation, even the Google Lens or Google Translator, it may help into the translation purpose. Then question answer, particularly the question answers. I hope you're already familiar with the tool Google Assistant or the Amazon Alexa. So this kind of tools will be answer. Which are the doubts here, you can ask directly to us. It may give the answer. And the next one is called vision. So particularly for vision-based information, you may get it. The best example is Google Lens. Whenever you need to find anything through the image search, we can use the this kind of Google Lens. Once you scan it, immediately it may give the answer about this particular things which you scanning. And machine vision. And in the case of speech, then speech to text and text to speech, even the Google Docs, it may helping to type. Suppose you're not familiar about how to type it, you can speak in front of the Google Docs. Once you open the Google Docs, there is an option called voice recognitions. Once you speak automatically, this what are things you're speaking, it may be typed at the same time. So that is for speech to text and text to speech. Even a lot of tools may help you for text to speech also. And next important things of the artificial intelligence, that is for robotics. So the robotics, a lot of robotics are there. Just I'm going to show you some of the robotics names here. Yeah. So whenever you're thinking about robotics, we have some kind of confusion about the cobots and drones. There is a small difference among the robots, cobots, as well as the drones. In the case of the robots, there is the existing comments. Based on the existing comments only, give the answer. So there is no need to give any kind of comments while asking the question, because default some kind of comments are there, or some kind of coding. Based on the coding only, that this kind of robots may work. But in the case of cobot, we have to give commands parallelly when the robots can do the activity. For example, just I'm showing here. This is called cobot is an example. This is called cobot. So it is not working as it is. Okay, so because there is no pre-existing commands here. If you instructed to hold something, we have to give some commands. Once you give the commands only, this machine can do it. This is called cobots. So for exploring the cobots or functioning of the cobots, one person's needed along with the machines. Based on the commands of the persons, the cobots may work. But in the case of robot, it's not like this. Because already the pre-existing commands may be there. The coding might be there. From this, the robots may work. So this is a Sophia. This is a humanoid robot that she knows. And you feel that this is a female, but she's a robot only. Her name is Zaya Zaman, the world first female humanoid news anchor. Similarly, he's a man. He's looked like a human being, but he's not a human being. So his name is Zingua. He's also a anchor. And this year, first Indian-made first humanoid robot of RG. So this robot name is called Rashmi. So the purpose of this robot is to be act as RG. And the robotic nurse, even during the first phase of this kind of COVID, and the Thailand, they are using this kind of robotic system to serve the patients. To take care of the patients, they use this kind of robotic systems. And the emotics, this is another robot, but it's like a game-based this comment. It's available in the Amazon also, but somewhat costly here. That robot name is called Micro. So it's look like act as a doll. So that particular doll, it may able to recognize the facial reaction on the children's. Whenever you're asking any questions, may give the answer to. So I hope you are familiar with some of the tools like Google Home or Amazon Alexa. So that's if you give any comments, give the answer on the same mode. This also may working. But the great advantage of this particular robot, it may move it. It may move it. It's having some kind of sense. It may it may able to understand the facial reaction of the students. So, and the next robot is meant for the education. But Indian context, I don't know whether they're using, but the foreign, they are using this kind of robotic system. This robot may walk and it gives it's like a personal lesson for the children too. So this robot name is called Clickboard Education Robot. It can listen, think, and even react. It can climb, dance, grovel, even to serve a morning coffee. So for all the purpose, they are using this one. It's act as a personal friend. So if you buy this one, damn sure it acts as a best friend of your children, but little costly these things. So even this, because still now the robot cannot understand the emotions. Very soon the robot may understand the emotion also. That kind of technology may, what is that? It may increasing now. That is why in the 10 years before there is a film is for robot first part, Indian first part. So in the Indian first part, we have to congratulate the Sanjay also, because now we are thinking about the robot, but that particular robot in the 10 years before, that film is talking about the how the robot have feel the love and affections. So still now, as a human being, we are control the robot system. In future, there is a chance robot may control us. But once the robot may control us, we can face the same kind of issues in the case of robot film, the first part of the Indran. There is a chance because now the this kind of machines can think like a normal human being. They can able to predict. They can able to give the solution for any problems. So therefore, we should be aware of it. The technology may not be overcome above us. So if it what is the if it, the technology may control us, we cannot be surveying the world. That's also we should be much think about these things now itself. There's a question from Fakir Mohammed. Can computer games be used in the process of improving the teaching techniques in education systems 4.0? Of course, there's a lot of gamification tools are there. There is a tool called Blooket, BLOOKET. Blooket, if you go with the cues is, so even for the Socrative, even for the tool is Nearcode, lot of gamification layer they incorporated. So from the gamification layer, the students might get a lot of interest to learn further, and it gives some kind of meaningful learning, like the monitoring you whether the persons give the answer or some other teachers may helping them. Everything's to monitor. So like this, if you are incorporating this kind of the gamification tools along with the AI tools, damn sure the student what is the students might get a meaningful learning from the end, and they won't feel to sit down in this kind of classes because we are adding the gamifications as a layer to enrich the or to enhance the participants' activities. So therefore, they won't feel boring to sit in the futures. And there is other robot like a micro robots, and some of the robots will take a mosquito robot. But for this kind of robot, they're using particularly for the military that area they're using to monitoring the other the border area. First, they're using this kind of small robots and micro robots. This is called cobots. That's I already mentioned. The cobots is meant for the. It's not working alone. Parallelly, one person's give the comments, then only it may be working. The last one is the drones. Now you must be aware of it. In what way the drones are helping to monitor the people, whether people are what is that, making any crowd at any places. Now particularly the police are using this kind of drone technology. Even the film industry, most of the film industries, they're using the drone as a main what is it, photo shooter or a photographer. They treat as a photographer as a drones for them. Yes, just I move to the some of the mobile based tools which is related to the AI. So one is called image recognitions. Other just and come back to my mobile demonstrations. Sorry, once again I'm just sharing the screen. So in what way this kind of mobile tools, this kind of AI tools may help me for teaching and learning. So further just share. So in the case of the Google Lens, so a lot of options are available. The first option is how to find the tools. Suppose in front of me there is a small tab I'm having. So I want to know what is the tab this. So just I'm going to scan this tab. I'm going to scan this tab. Once you scan this tab, automatically showing that so it detecting what is the tab is this. So how much this tab is not needed, just you can scan it, you may get the answer. Suppose I like to know there is a book in front of me. I want to know what is the book is this. I want to explore this book. Yes, I'm going to scan. You can see the same book where it available. So there is a book, research and methods. So this is a book where it available, and search, because image recognition is part of the AI. Now, once you scan it, immediately it's showing that what is the device this is. Particularly in the case of the plant, suppose you are the botany teacher, you want to know the family name of the specific plant. Just you can scan this plant, you might find it, the exact plant number. Suppose I like to know what is this device. I can click this device. You can easy to find. So there is a boat airport. So here we can be able to see the further exploration from this. So don't think that it may working only for this purpose, only for scanning and finding the answer. There is a one more option, good option, that's the translate. So the missing translation is part of the A. Missing translation part of the A. Now in front of me there is the English transcript. There is a book. I like to translate this English textbook into Arabic or Tamil. Suppose I like to click here. I like to move. I like to translate this book into Tamil. English version to Tamil. So I can select this Tamil language from here. Yeah. After selecting the Tamil, so it takes to download. So after selecting each time, the first time only it asking to be download the font. After that, you have to scan at any language to any language. So it takes downloading. So after downloading, so what you have to do, you can go back. Then suppose I like to change this English to Arabic. Now you can see there is a Arabic translation. You can keep the book in a proper mode. So now just for demo purpose, I'm just scanning here English to Arabic. Now you can see the entire transcript is now moved to the Arabic. Similarly, I like to change the book in English to Tamil. So now the Tamil is to be downloading. Once the font is downloaded, you can be able to translate. So like this, we can translate any language to any language. It's a very simple manner. So now you can see now the entire textbook. I hope you are seeing the Tamil translation. So kindly type in the chat box if you're able to do this Tamil translations. Yes. So like this, we can move to the next page. So suppose I like to move to the next page. We can see the other Tamil translation on the next page. So this is called as instant translations. We can easily to translate n number of pages in instant manner. Instant manner. For this, we have to use this kind of tools. Yes. And the other features in the case of the Google Lens, one more good features in the case of Google Lens. Suppose we like to do a homework, particularly for solving any mathematical equations, we feel both to work from our end. But here, just I'm opening the same tool of AI, the Google Lens. So once you click here, you will find it that down. Please kindly see the down option. That's for translate text. Translate option to translate one language to one other language. That is the called as missing translation. It's also part of the AI. So the text. Suppose you like to scan any document in a textable editable mode. Suppose I like to scan the entire page. I like to scan this entire page. This page I like to share to my students' WhatsApp group. So we are using a lot of tools for scanning, but most of the tools scan as the image only. We cannot be converted to editable mode, but this is a tool. We can select the entire transcript which you scan. Then you can copy the text, and for whom you want to share. For example, I like to share the same thing to the Anbalagan sir. Just I'm going to share this to the Anbalagan sir. The entire content which is scanned now. And if you like to do any kind of additions, deletions, I can be able to do it here. Therefore, for copying and sending the information in editable mode, the tool is my good. And one more good thing, particularly for doing the homework, so that I'm focusing, how to the machines can do the homework, or how the machines can predict the answers. I'm taking the Google Lens. So in front of me, some of the questions I in the papers already. So I'm keeping the speaker in front of me and click here. You can go to the homework option. There is a fourth option down. Please, I hope you're seeing the fourth option is homework. You can select the homework and just scan here. Once you scan here, you're finding the answer 3x plus 5 equal to 8. And if you like to know the answer, you can see the answers here. So how to solve your problem? The subject file, the both sides, 3x. So each step-by-step instructions are available. So the second step is a simplification. The third step is divide both sides. The fourth step is a simplify. The last one is the solutions. So therefore, for finding answer, it's very simple. Particularly for mathematical answer, this is called the machines can solve the problem by themselves. So how it will solve this? Because automatically there is some specific software. It may working for the mathematical solutions. So what once you scan these tools, no, through the homework model, it automatically reaches the particular tools. That particular tools may give the answer. So it's not made by the only the Google Lens. They connect with the 2 or 3 tools together. That is why if you scan the Google Lens, it's automatic goes to the specific mathematical application. From this, we are getting the answers. So therefore, for hereafter, the solving any equations very much easy with the use of this kind of tools. And just I'm going to tell one more AI features in the case of the MS Office, because normally we are using the MS Office as a tool in our laptop only, but in the mobile phone also there is a MS Office. It's a free versions. So generally we are using WPS Office because of mobile phone, but there is a MS Office software. It's free available in the Google Play Store. I request all to install these applications. How it will be AI in the sense, because as part of the AI, as I already mentioned, that it's like a voice recognition. What are things you're speaking, it automatically may detecting and it may type parallelly in the particular word file. So here, this MS Office, we can create any Word document, Excel document, or in any kind of document which you like to prepare, you can prepare it here. Just I'm clicking the plus symbol, I can find the options as a word. So because I like to type the Word documents here. So once I click the Word document, I can find out the options scan text, dictate options, as well as the blank document. Suppose I like to type my content. So, for example, I'm not at all good in the typing. Even for typing, mobile phone is very much complicated. Suppose you like to prepare one Word document with the use of mobile phone. So no need to be worry about the typing. Just you can click the dictate. Once you click the dictate, automatically there is a button. It's recognizing your voice. So hi friends, I hope you all are safe at place. So don't worry, they may share the feedback link very soon, because some people are asking the feedback link. Don't worry. So I may finish my presentation shortly at 12 o'clock. So hopefully after that they may share the link. So like this, if I speak here, automatically may typing here. See here, how much the speed, how much my phone is recognizing my voice in a clear manner. So when you speak within few seconds, it's not a seconds, it's in milliseconds. It recognizes my voice based on the voice, the sounds it typing it. Suppose there is a pronunciation issue, it types it wrong, you can modify it later. So like this, you can type n number of pages without knowing any simple typing, without know the typing skills to the mobile phone. So this is a way the AIs may helping us. So this is also part of the AI. And I hope you're already familiar with other AI tools like Google. I'm not demonstrating now. That's called Amazon Alexa, as well as speech to text, translate, Google Assistant. This is also part of the AI only. Just I'm moving to the AI features. Yeah. So image recognitions, voice assistant, the best example here, Google Assistant. The missing translation is also part of the AI. Then speech to text. So just I'm doing the demonstration through the Microsoft Office on the mobile phone. But the same features available in the Google Docs through the laptop versions. In what way the AI activities we can incorporate to the education sector? So the different way, just I'm going to read the modality to incorporate the AI in the classroom practice. So this also part of the education 4.0. It's already incorporated in some of the Western countries. And just I'm read out the names of the university as well, in what way they incorporate the AI in the curriculum or in the university purpose. One is called automated feedback and grading systems. So if you like to, particularly for now, a lot of tools are giving the evaluations like a format evaluation, but only the Q's mode. Suppose you want to evaluate the 2 mark or 5 mark questions, we have to make some kind of unique AA tools. That particular tools, it gives the feedback and grading, and this already used by the Open University of UKs. They're using this particular tool. And intelligent tutor, it acts as a tutor, particularly for explaining some important things. There is no need for the teacher. Instead of the teacher, the robot may teach the students. Whenever the students need assistance, the robot may give the suggestions, or they may give a lot of insight about the handle. So that is called intelligent tutoring systems. It is used by the University of California, so, San Diego, the University of California, they're using here. And the learning analytics, so hopefully you know what's learning analytics, the progress of the learners. Particularly, all the LMS platform default some basic learning analytics are there. but there is a university, Arab University. They made a separate platform and to monitoring the student progress with the use of this tool, learning analytics, and student support service. So now for admission and all, the students may connect with the particular teachers or the particular institution. But instead of that, there is a specific mobile number if you give. That mobile number is handled by the robot. So whenever the students need assistance, they can call to the particular number. The robot may give the answer for the students' questions. That's for student support services and virtual agents. So some of the robot it may act as the agent and which are the doubts the students have or some suppose they're posting some important question or some doubts. Immediately the robots may give the answers. That is for virtual agents. This run by the Georgia Tech A universities and virtual reality. The CUNY University they use the Canada they're using this kind of tool and personal adaptive learning because the main advantage of the education 4.0 or in AI it promoting the personalized learning. So particularly it's may go one more further in this personalized adaptive learning. This is already used by the University of Jakarta and online property examination. Even the Indian context we are using, but the first time the Stevens Institute of Technology they're using more than 10 years before. So that kind of technologies we already incorporated. Very soon, even in our Indian context, we also may use this kind of tools. So the final remarks, because we have the 6 minutes more, just and come back to the one tool, because whenever you are talking about the lot of online whiteboard tools are there, but I'm recommending to go with this tool that's called whiteboard.chat. Whiteboard.chat. So only 7 minutes more, I can finish everything within 7 minutes. So there is a tool named called Whiteboard Chat. So why I'm highlighting this tools? This tools having the A to Z features of all the classroom online classes, and parallelly there is one more good thing. They incorporating AI also. Artificial intelligence also is part of this. So you can see the lot of tools are available. So this is for the text box. This for the text box. This for the upload. We can upload any kind of things. Then this is for the tools. So lot of tools are available. You can add the media and breakdown, drop zone, grids, anything you can incorporate. Only the small advertisement is not a big thing. Okay. So now this is another few features. This is called drawing tools. Once you pick the drawing tools, you are finding this option. Click, draw, line, arrow, shapes. The magic draw is the option for the the AI. So here, if you like to select suppose I like to draw a circle, it's automatically detecting what you're intending to draw. So it's showing the some images, it's detecting. So what you did the sketches, you can select the images which you like to show. So this is working through the this mode also, like AI mode. And finally, if you click the big mouse, you are finding the different options like manipulative tools, even for teaching biology, chemistry, electrical experiment. For mathematical symbols, a lot of mathematical symbols are available, shapes, stickers, everything's available. Kindly explore it. There's other things like Blackboard, comic, game, icons. So all the A to Z features is available in a single tool. Only the things the small advertisements may come, okay, but it's not at all a harmful advertisement. Only like a small advertisement which should screen here because I watched the Mintra, that's why showing you the Mintra small images. Things. Yes, just I'm going to conclude my presentation. Anbalagan sir, can we make the questions? Is it possible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. So before leaving the meeting, so just I like to participate small activity. I request all to go your mobile.
ரோடு போடாம விட்டுட்டாங்க. அதாவது பாலம் முடிக்கிற வரை ரோடு போட்ட தொலை.
சார் கவலைப்படாங்க, கண்டிப்பா ஸ்மார்ட் சிட்டி வந்தோன்னு சரியா இருக்கும். ஓகே. So that's also that's part of this. Okay. Because now the smart city it's also part of the artificial intelligence IoT. So it may continue. And please kindly see this. I hope once you click your mobile phone, there is a last option activity. Please kindly see the activity button. There's a small question and answer section. If you click the Q&A, you are finding the polls. Once you click the polls, you can find the questions. There's a first questions. Stars is enabled now. I request all to give the answer here. Which definition is best to fit? So there is a 4 options. Kindly give the answer. So very simple questions. Which definition is best to fit for the augmented reality? Whether the technology that turns physical object into digital objects, technology that can archive. So human level understand the images. Technology can complete immerse uses of the new digital environment. Technology that can achieve. Praise Kumar Murugesan sir, kindly mute sir. So otherwise, host can mute them. Okay, thank you. Technology that can change the human level, understand the image. You can select the things which you feel correct. So technology that turns physical object into the. So I feel that maybe correct. I click the vote. So I request all others also give the voting. Give the voting. Give the voting. Unbalanced sir, there is an option called show the report also. Are you able to see? Kindly enable that one. Given the participant may see the, yeah, thank you so much. So now we can see there is a 4 words. So most of the people are immerse use of new digital environment. So actually the technology that turns physical object into the digital. Okay. So it may be bridging the two important layers. So the answer, the one may be correct. So anyway, thank you so much to part of this particular quiz. Anbal sir, can you make the launch with the second question? Can you launch the second question too? Second question. So only 2 questions. There is an option called launch. Kindly press the launch. Yes, thank you. So in immerse technology, what does immerse stands for? This I'm not explaining, but there is a very simple terms because in the case of the when you're talking about the AR, there is a 2 more things that is called MR as well as the VR. VR represents virtual reality. So any prediction about the MR, any prediction about the MR. So there is a terms which I listed here: mixed reality, measured reality, more reality, and mirror reality. So which is the answer? Me correct? The
Exactly.
answer for this question is mixed reality. Okay. So there is a small difference among the AR, VR as well as the MR. So MR is called mixed reality, VR for the virtual reality 100% virtual. So here you can select the answer and your name answer will be recorded. Okay. So I got I got the 8 reports. From this, most of them giving the answer is mixed reality. Thank you, Anbaran sir. Can you make one more question? Last question. Last question. The last question to all of you. So now this is going to launch the last question to all of you. So kindly launch the last question, sir. So it might comes. Anban sir, is it an issue? Otherwise we can leave it. The third question is not coming here. Okay, so I think there is a issues from his end, not an issue. So thank you so much, sir, to make this. Just I'm going to finish my presentation. So in this context, this is the last slide which I'm going to show.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, only
Thiyagu,
1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute,
yeah,
1
yeah.
minute, 1 minute. Just
Okay.
I'm going to summarize my presentations.
Okay.
In the 21st century, we are thinking about to create a history. But in the online context, deleting history is more important than making it. Even I talk this kind of things the previous class also. Why in the sense nowadays the hacking as well as the privacy is the biggest problem for all of us. Therefore, whenever you're using any specific systems, kindly delete the histories. Therefore, in the current context, deleting history is more important than making it. Just I'm going to extend my synthesis thanks to the Google search and Google images and Pixar-based sites and the slideshow contributors and reference authors because I can list a lot of technology terms as well as the direct terms, website references and the MS Office 4. Especially my teachers of Borders University, Muthusami sir, Sindhanavan sir, Ramkini sir, and the NIPA Srinivasan sir for the 9 child lessons. Thanks to them. And thanks to my students of Central Institute of Kerala. Thanks to the organizing committee, especially for organizing sir, the principal of the TCP, Anbalakan, Tankavelu, and my brother Raj Kumar. Suppose if I list out, miss the names, kindly forgive me. And thank you all, please.
Okay, thank
Now
you
the
very
session
much,
is
sir.
over.
Hello, Thiyagu. Thiyagu, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. You are wonderful presentation because you are a person you've given to the elevation period, from 01 to 04. Then nowadays also we use artificial intelligence. So much more things the people have chances to get it the right person to give a right information. So we are the persons following that one because in the future 4.0 is arrived. In that period also, how can we modify it and how can we use all these instruments? Okay, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Yes, madam, you continue that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. It was a very informative and very useful session and very well presented by you, Thiyagu, sir. Very much, very useful for our daily life, you too. And we assure you that we'll imply and apply all these techniques in our teachings. Thank you, sir. And may I request Dr. N. Sundar, librarian, Thiyagu College of Preceptors, to propose the vote of thanks. Sir,
Thank you,
please.
Sundar sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thiyagu sir,
Hi,
the
sir.
session was very excellent, and you have explained very amazingly all the tools, whatever applies education 4.0, even the future of pedagogy for the fourth industry. You have explained how we can cope up with the education for the future 4.5, even for the industry 5.0. Also, it is very excellent. There is no doubt about. There are lots of takeaways, and you have enlightened the session. Even the people are very amazed, and even me, I'm the first time I'm attending your session, and we are also delighted, and we feel we are privileged your presence and your session. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for all your supports to our college as well as for the TNTU, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Hello, sir. Sir, shall we start the valedictory session?
Yes.
Sir, Professor, sir.
Yes, Rajkumar, sir.
Sir, shall we start the valedictory, sir?
Yes, Raj. Yes, sir, we start. The controller of examination joins us. Hello, Rajkumar.
Yes, sir. I am online.
Hello, sir.
Sir, I am
Rajkumar,
online.
sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Control sir is still online. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir.
Then Dean is also here. You start now.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Dean sir, வந்து வேற. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, controller sir இருக்காரு. Dean sir வந்துருவாருன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Prakash sir.
இருக்கிறார் சார்.
Okay.
Start பண்ணிடலாம்.
Okay, sir.
Start பண்ணல. Okay.
It's my pleasure to sign in the valedictory session. I am Mr. Rajakumar, Assistant Professor of Education, Thiyagu College of Preceptor, one of the organizing secretary of this international virtual seminar on pedagogical innovations. To improve the golden moment of opportunity and catch the good that is our reach is a great art of life. It is time to draw curtain to our program as we come to the end of it. A very good afternoon to one and all gathered here. On behalf of Thiyagu College of Preceptors, Madurai, we are delighted to extend gracious welcome to the remunerated professors and student teachers and all the dignitaries to the valedictory ceremony of International Virtual Seminar on Pedagogical Innovations, headed by Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Department of Pedagogical Sciences, Chennai, and organized by Internal Quality Assurance Cells, Thiyagu College of Preceptors, Madurai, and Saurashtra College of Education, Theni. A pessimist complains about a win, an optimist tries to change it, and a leader adjusts to say. The sail for this particular event were adjusted by a person who is motivation to all of us and the person who gave us to believe to bring together this event. He is none other than our beloved principal. It gives me an immense pleasure and privilege to request to our respected and beloved principal, Dr. S. Prakash, Thiyagu College of Preceptors, Madurai, to welcome in the gathering.
Thank you, Rajkumar. Good afternoon to all. It is my honor and privilege to host the welcome address of the valedictory session of the International Virtual Seminar on Pedagogical Innovations, organized by the Department of Pedagogical Sciences, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, along with Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Thiyagu College of Preceptors, Madurai, and the Internal Quality Assurance Cell of Saurashtra College of Education, Theni. It gives me immense pleasure
to welcome Professor Govindan, Controller of Examination, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, who has agreed to deliver the valedictory address in this program. I also sincerely welcome Professor Soundararajan, the Dean of Faculty, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, for giving the special address in this inaugural function. It is my duty to welcome and thank Professor Ganesan, Head of the Department of Pedagogical Sciences, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, for giving this wonderful platform in association to work with the Department of Pedagogical Sciences in hosting this very important international virtual seminar on pedagogical innovation. I also welcome our resource person of the day, Dr. Thiyagu, for his wonderful presentation and his presence in this valedictory program. I also welcome all the organizing secretaries, Mr. Rajkumar, Assistant Professor, Thiyagu College of Preceptors, Dr. S. Anbadagan, Assistant Professor, Thiyagu College of Preceptors, our organizing coordinators, M. Prabhu, Principal of Saurashtra College of Education, Peni, Mr. N. Selvakumar, Assistant Professor, Saurashtra College of Education, Peni, and our organizing joint secretaries, Dr. P.C. Nagasubramanian, Dr. A. Mahalingam, Dr. M. Muttamul Selvan, Dr. L. George Stephen, and Mr. P. Jagannathan, Assistant Professors, Department of Pedagogical Sciences, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, and all the organizing joint secretaries, all the very beloved faculty members of Thiyagu College of Preceptors, and the participants. In fact, the heroes of this program are the participants, because it is a 7-day program, and in the total 7 days, we had excellent cooperation from all the participants, both in the Google Meet as well as in the YouTube link. So once again, I welcome you all for this most important valedictory section of this 1-week virtual international seminar on pedagogical innovation. Thank you. Over to Mr. Rajkumar.
Thank you, sir. For the past week, we have had a deep insight in several topics oriented to pedagogical innovations. We had national and international experts enlightening us both in the theory and practical applications of humorous pedagogical innovations. I would like to call upon Dr. S. Anbalagan, Assistant Professor, Thiyagu College of Preceptors, Madurai, to deliver the report of this virtual international seminar.
Good morning, everybody. Sir, my voice is audible, sir?
Yes, please, sir.
Thank you. Report on International Virtual Webinar. 7-day International Virtual Seminar on Pedagogy Innovation was organized at Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, associated with Thiyagu College of Preceptor, Madurai, and Saurashtra College of Education, Theni, from 16 August to 22nd August 21. More than 500 participants participated for the virtual seminar across the country. The session were held through Google Meet and YouTube live channels. 7-day virtual seminar on pedagogy innovations begins on 16th August at 10:30 a.m. Welcome address given by Professor P. Ganesan, Head of the Department, Pedagogical Science. The inaugural address was given by Professor Balakrishnan, Registrar in Charge, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai. The presiding address was given by Professor N. Panchanathan, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai. It was followed by felicitations address given by Professor M. Govindan, Control of the Examination in Charge, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University. Then Professor M. Soundararajan, Dean Faculty, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai. Then Professor N. Ramakrishnan, Member of Syndicate, Head and Department of Education Technology. Then Professor S. Mani, Head and Department of Education Planning and Administration, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai. And then Mr. Javagar, Chairman, Saurashtra College of Education, Theni. Keynote address given by Dr. Vinnaras Nithyanandan, Professor in Education, Iraq. The vote of thanks given by Dr. S. Prakash, Principal, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The program was hosted by Dr. S. Anbalagan, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The master ceremony was given by Mr. Rajkumar, Assistant Professor of Education, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. Day 1, 16/8/2021. The session on the topic, the significance of ontology in the present present day higher education. The resource person was Professor V.P. Maheswaran, Professor and Head Adult and Continuing Education, University of Madras. The resource person was welcomed by Mr. S. Rajakumar, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The resource person was introduced by Mrs. Muniyammal, Associate Professor of History, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The session covered effective innovation, pedagogy innovation, use of digital tools. The session was more effective. Participants eagerly observed his session and clarified their doubt with the research person. The vote of thanks was given by Dr. B. Marudavanan, Assistant Professor of Physical Science, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. Date 2, 17/8/2021. The session was on topic Pedagogy, a collaborative learning. The resource person was Dr. C. Shirley Morrell, Assistant Professor, Dept. of Education, Madurai Kamaraj University. The resource person was welcomed by Mrs. R. Kokila Devi, Assistant Professor of Biological Science, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The resource person was introduced by Mr. Rajakumar, Assistant Professor of Biological Science, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The session covered the topic personal learning, networking, and peer learning network after action review. The session was naturally present. The message was very clear and very informative. The session was really enjoyable, excellent. The vote of thanks proposed by Mrs. R. Arti, Assistant Professor of English, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. Day 3, 17/8/2021. Session was on the topic Pedagogy, lifelong learning approach. The research person was Dr. Priyadashini Muthukrishnan, Senior Lecturer, Dept. of Education, Faculty Behavioral Science, Half University, Malaysia. The research person was welcomed by Mrs. Arti, Assistant Professor of English, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The resource person was introduced by Dr. S. Anbalagan, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The session covered Pedagogy, learner agency, learner-oriented, direct self-determined learning, concept of deep learning. The presenter was excellent, engaged. It was more beneficial and well worthy. Vote of thanks were given by Mrs. Kokila Devi, Assistant Professor of Biological Science, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. Day 4, 19/8/21. The session on the topic Pedagogy Inclusion. The resource person was Dr. T. Sangeeta, Assistant Professor, Dept. of Education, Central University of Rajasthan. The resource person was welcomed by Sobia Messalina, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The resource person introduced by M. Prabhu, the Principal, Saurashtra College Education, Veerabandi, Theni. And the session covered English education, individual with disabilities education, English classroom, etc. The session was more interesting, enjoyable. It was gave more idea. Vote of thanks given by Mr. Selva Kumar, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Saurashtra College of Education, Veerabandi, Theni. Day 5, 28/2021. Session on the topic Digital Pedagogy. The resource person was Dr. D. Praveen Kumar, Assistant Professor, Vijaya Teachers College, Bangalore, Karnataka. The resource person was welcomed by Dr. S. Anbalagan, Assistant Professor of Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai, and the welcome chief guest introduced by T. Jnana Prakash, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The session covered the topic, the importance of using ICT tool, Bloom's digital taxonomy, etc. It was very useful and helpful. Participants were enjoying the webinar. What are thanks proposed by Dr. P. Amuli Prabha, Assistant Professor of Commerce, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. Day 6, 21/8/2021. Session on the topic MOOC and OER, Technological Pedagogical Perspectives. The resource person, Dr. Vikas Patnaikar, Assistant Professor, Fabric Era University, Uttar Pradesh. Resource person welcomed by Mr. M. Selvakumar, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Saurashtra College of Education, Veerabandi, Theni. The resource person was introduced by T. Jnana Prakash, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The session covered educational resources, OER, license, online platform, and MOOCs. Session was found the presentation very interesting, and participants learned something new. Vote of thanks was proposed by Dr. K. Kumarasan, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. Day 7, 29/2021 session on the topic Education 4.0 Future Pedagogy for the fourth industrial. The resource person was Dr. K. Thiyagu, Assistant Professor, Dept.of Education, Central University of Kerala. The resource person was welcomed by Dr. Telmapriya, Assistant Professor of Physical Education, Thiyagu College Preceptor, and introduced by Mr. K. Tangavel, Assistant Professor of Education, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. The session was very great, especially the topic covered, so Education 4.0, tools for digital classroom, augmented reality, virtual reality. The session was really enjoyable, excellent. It was more gained, a lot of new techniques and a new tool and new information. The vote of thanks was proposed by Dr. N. Sundar, Assistant Professor, Library Science, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai. Now we are on valedictory session with the welcome address given by Dr. S. Prakash, Principal, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai, and awaiting here the President address by Professor Govindan, Control of the Examination in charge, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, followed by valedictory address Professor M. Soundrajan, Dean Faculty, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, and vote of thanks by Dr. P. Ganesan, Head of the Department, Pedagogical Science, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, Chennai. அன்பு, அறிவு, அடக்கம், கருணை, இரக்கம், பாசம், நேசம் என 1000 வார்த்தைகள் இருந்தாலும் நன்றி என்ற வார்த்தைக்கு என்றும் ஈடாகாது. எனவே எனக்கு வாய்ப்பளித்த ப்ரொஃபசர் கணேசன் அவர்களுக்கும் டாக்டர் பிரகாஷ் அவர்களுக்கும் நன்றி. The convener of this international webinar, Professor P. Ganesan, Head of the Department, Pedagogical Science, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, and Dr. S. Prakash, Principal, Thiyagu College Preceptor, Madurai, for giving wonderful opportunity to act as organized secretary of this 7 days virtual seminar on pedagogy innovation. Once again, I thank you one and all. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. A good word from good. So now I would like to invite such a good head, Professor M. Govindan, Controller of Examinations, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, to present the presiding address for this event.
Thank you, Dr. Rajkumar. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good noon to all. Respected Dean, Professor M. Soundarajan, respected Professor and my good friend Professor Ganesan, respected Professor Thiyagu from Central University of Kerala, respected Principal Professor Prakash, respected Professor Dr. Anblahan, respected Professor Mr. S. Rajkumar, and all the participants who took part in this virtual webinar. Once again, good noon to all. I am really happy to take part in this 1 week international virtual webinar on pedagogical innovations, jointly organized by the Department of Pedagogical Sciences, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Internal Quality Assurance Cell of the Thiyagu College of Preceptor, Madurai, and IQS of the Saurashtra College of Education, Theni. On behalf of the Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, I wholeheartedly congratulate the entire team, the entire organizing team of Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Thiyagu College of Preceptors, and Saurashtra College of Education. Friends, the title of the webinar is Pedagogical Innovations. Here, I would like to share some of the related terminology regarding to or pertaining to the pedagogy. So there are 3 major terminologies related to pedagogy. That is pedagogy, andragogy, as well as mathematics. What is pedagogy? What is andragogy? What is mathematics? So pedagogy is nothing but the art and science of teaching to the children. Andragogy is nothing but the art and science of teaching to the adults, that is more than 35 years. And what is mathematics means nothing but the art and science of learning of the students. So these are the three major terminology regarding to any teaching learning process. What is teaching? We should know something about the basic concept of teaching. Today, many people think that teaching is time-bound profession. This is not correct. In my view, in my perception, teaching is a 24-hour profession, because all other professions they are dealing with almost machines. But we are the teachers, we are dealing with the living beings or living souls. So we have to fulfill all their needs, all their interest, all their expectations. That is teaching. And I can say teaching profession is like a cooking profession. Here I'm saying cooking. Why I'm saying is we can say anybody can cook. Only few can serve. Only few can serve. Like food serving by the mother is different from the food serving by others, even like wife. So our service, the delivery of content, the delivery of matter, the delivery of subject to the students is like serving by mother. For that, I request all the teachers, every teachers. So we should be mastery in 3 aspects. Then only we will excel in our profession. First, we should be mastery in our content or subject matter, whatever subject, physics, chemistry, biology, zoology, etc., etc. We should be mastery of subject. Then the methodology. The second one is the methodology. The third one is the communication process. So real innovation or real teaching means to come down to the level of students. That is very, very important. So we have to mastery in these aspects. Definitely we will be a good teacher. And I can say another thing, innovations or methods of teaching, not a single method suitable for all the students. It differs from individual to individual, because some students may have the IQ level of average, some may be above average, some may be below average, some may be gifted or exceptional. So recently, just 1 hour before, I watched one video. In that is a video, பட்டிமன்ற video. In that, என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா ஒரு ப்ரொஃபசர் சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. Why I'm saying is the methods, it differs person to person, individual to individual, students to students. அந்த பட்டிமன்ற சார் அந்த ப்ரொஃபசர் சொன்னார், என்ன சொன்னார்னாக்க, அவருடைய ஆசிரியர் அவருக்கு அவங்களுடைய வகுப்பறையில வேறுபாடு பார்ப்பார்கள், ஆனால் பாகுபாடு பார்க்க மாட்டார்கள் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க அந்த பட்டிமன்றத்துல. நான் இப்பதான் 1 மணி நேரத்துக்கு பார்த்தேன், அந்த பட்டிமன்ற நிகழ்ச்சியை பார்த்தேன். வேறுபாடு, ஆசிரியர் வேறுபாடு பார்க்க வேண்டும், பாகுபாடு பார்க்க கூடாது. அந்த வேறுபாடு எதுக்கு சொன்னாங்க, உதாரணம் சொல்றாங்கன்னாக்க, இந்த மெத்தட், நம்ம பெடகாஜி சொல்றோம் இல்லையா, மெத்தட் என்ன, வாட்டர் மே மெத்தட், ட்ரெடிஷனல் மெத்தட், மாடர்ன் மெத்தட், வாட்டர் மேபி, அந்த வேறுபாடு ஐ ஆல்ரெடி டோல்ட் யூ, இந்த வேறுபாடுங்கிறது differs from individual to individual, students to students. அவங்க லெவலுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி வேறுபாடு. நல்லா படிக்கிற பையனுக்கு எப்படி சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணும், ஆவரேஜ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்டுக்கு எப்படி சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணும், இந்த பாகுபாடு கூட சொல்லிருக்கிறேன். Am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Audible.
Yes, audible.
பாகுபாடு இருக்கக்கூடாது. எந்த விதமான வித்தவுட் எனி காஸ்ட், ரிலீஜியன் ஆர் வாட்டர் மேபி, பர்த் பிளேஸ், பாகுபாடு இருக்கக்கூடாது. ஆனால் வேறுபாடு சொல்றாங்க. ஸோ நம்மளுடைய இன்னோவேட்டிவ் ப்ராக்டிசஸ் அப்படிங்கிறதும் இந்த மாதிரி தான் இருக்கணும். வேறுபாடு பார்த்து மாணவர்கள் சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணும், ஆனால் பாகுபாடை பார்த்து சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கக்கூடாது. சயின்ஸ்னா செய்து காட்டி தான் சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணும். சோசியல் சயின்ஸ்னாக்க அந்த பிளேஸுக்கு கூட்டிகிட்டு போயிட்டு கலப்பையனை கொண்டு தான் சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணும். ஹிஸ்ட்ரினாக்க ப்ரூஃப் தான் சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணும். தமிழ்ல உணவுபூர்வமாக சொல்லிக் கொடுக்கணும். இதான் மெத்தட்ஸ். That is innovations. That is pedagogical innovations. And also, I can say the process of methods or teaching differs. However, some important methods, some important pedagogical innovative methods we have to follow. One is a research-based learning. All the teachers should follow the methods, any one of the methods for their students based on their interest, attitude, aptitude. That is research-based learning, internships, guided field visits, experiential learning, project-based learning, model-based learning, case studies, and design learnings. So these are all the very innovative methods we have to adopt for teaching the students who differ from their IQ level, their socio-economic background level, and so on. So with these words, I once again congratulate the organizing team of Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, organizing team of Thiyagu College of Preceptors, and also the organizing team of Saurashtra College of Education for having given me this opportunity. And also I want to tell, I forgot one thing I want to tell. இப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்க நாங்கள் அந்த ப்ரோக்ராமில் தியாகராஜ காலேஜ் சாரை வந்து மிஸ்டர் ராஜ்குமாரை வாட்ச் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன். அவர் சேரில் உட்காந்துருக்கும் போதே இந்த முன்னமும் பெண்ணும் போயிட்டு வந்தார். ஏன்னு தெரில எனக்கு. இந்த சேரில் முன்னமும் பெண்ணும் போயிட்டு வந்தார், என்னன்னு தெரில. மேக் ப்ராக்டிஸ். Why I'm saying is the difference. When I was working at the Regional College of Education, Mysore, at that time, we conducted one project. For that, I went to one place in Perambalur. In that place, the children, 90% of children are people or belongs to Muslim community. So, அங்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா அந்த குழந்தைங்க உட்காந்து கிளாஸ்ல வாசிக்க சொன்னாக்க ராஜ்குமார் பண்ணார் இல்லையா, முன்னாடியும் பின்னாடி போயிட்டே வந்துட்டே இருந்தாங்க. ஏன்னு கேட்டேன், ஏன் இந்த குழந்தைங்க மட்டும் மற்ற ஸ்கூல்ஸ்ல பண்ணல, இந்த ஸ்கூல்ஸ்ல மட்டும் இந்த குழந்தைங்க பண்றாங்கன்னு நான் கேட்டேன். டீச்சர் கேட்கும்போது அவங்க அந்த முஸ்லீம் குழந்தைகள் வந்து குரான் படிக்கும்போது அப்படிதான் படிப்பாங்களாம். வீட்டுக்கு கொஞ்சம் முன்னும் பண்ணும் அப்படி குரான் முன்னாடி வச்சுக்கிட்டு படிப்பாங்களாம். திஸ் இஸ் மெத்தட், அவங்க ஃபாலோ பண்ற மெத்தடு. ராஜ்குமார் எதுக்காக ஃபாலோ பண்ண எனக்கு தெரியல. ஸோ there may be some reason. I don't know the reason. So once again, congratulate the team for their opportunity. Thank you, Nanda.
Sir, actually, your words are influential.
Thank you, Professor.
Create eagerness. Sir, actually, your words are creating an influential and eagerness. That's why I am doing like that, sir. Thank you, sir. So when you are around enormously successful people, you realize that their success is not an accident. It's about that hard work, says Ryan Tedder. I request our respected Professor M. Soundararajan, Dean of Faculty, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, to declare the valediction of International Seminar on Pedagogical Innovations. Dean sir.
Sir, கேக்குதுங்களா?
Yes.
Yes.
கேக்குதுங்களா?
Audible.
Thank you. Okay sir. Thank you sir. Thank you. தில்லை பதிவுடையான் சிற்றம் பழந்தண்ணில் அல்லும் பகலும் நின்று ஆடுகின்றான் எல்லைக்கண் தில்லை கூத்தம்பல நடராஜ பெருமானை வணங்கி, most respected honorable Vice Chancellor of our great university, Registrar in charge, Controller of Examination in charge, professors, associate professors, assistant professors, non-teaching staff members, Dr. S. Prakash, Principal, Dr. H. Anbalagan, Assistant Professor, Mr. S. Rajkumar, Assistant Professor, participants from different colleges, scholars, and my dear students. Good afternoon to one and all. It's my privilege. I personally thank my youngest brother, Professor B. Ganeshan, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, Chennai, and Dr. S. Bragas, Principal, Thiyagu College of Prospector, Madurai. Dr. Prabhu, Principal from Saurashtra College of Education, Theni. Why I am saying these, the three persons, there are jointly organized by the 1 week international, the virtual seminar on pedagogical innovations. I think it's at the right time if you are choosing the right topic. It's a great occasion if you are given the input of our students as well as the teachers. What are the innovative process if you are given at the right time? So I think the Ganeshan, Prakash and the Saurashtra College of Principals. What I understood, what do you mean by the pedagogical? The pedagogical innovation is understood as any new teaching, the practice that differs from the traditional lecture with the purpose of learning and the improving for how they improving the learners. What do you mean by learning? Learning is a continuous process until death. Without learn, we cannot success. The innovative methods of teaching are methods of teaching that involve the new ways of teaching.
Sir, you're muted. Sir, you're muted.
What are the 21st century of the innovative methods? In the 21st century, the significant
Hello.
discoveries, கேக்குதுங்களா?
Yeah, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir. It is audible, sir.
Information, globalization, the development of astronomics and artificial intelligence. This century is called the new age of digital technology and knowledge. How is the school change in the new century? How does learning theory change? Currently, you can hear a lot of criticism that the classroom has not changed significantly compared to the last century or even like 2 centuries ago. The teacher currently changes in dictates for the age of innovative teaching methods and study the understanding of changes by teacher. The digital technology occurs, the 2 levels are there. One is micro level and another one is a macro level. What do you mean by the micro level? The micro level is the teacher learning relationship. There is an active mix of traditional and innovative methods, combination of an active approach with an energy, information environment approach, cognition with constructivism and connectivism. What do you mean by the macro level? In the education society relationship, decentralization and diversifications, internationalization and the education of introduction to the digital technology. Now itself we can, what are the innovative methods of teaching strategies that will help the every teacher in the classroom? One is crossover teaching. The second one is teaching through smart board. Third one is teaching through flipped classroom. Fourth one is teaching through collaboration. Fifth one is teaching through virtual reality. Teaching through 3D printing technology. Teaching through cloud computing technology and innovative methods of teaching. So we will helpful today itself the innovative methods of teaching strategies. What are the innovative process? The innovative approaches increase student engagement, motivation and critical thinking. Increase reflection, higher level thinking and deep learnings. Improves the responsibility for learning, the ability to interact with the peers and teacher innovative approaches provide the teacher satisfaction and immediate feedback to the students. So in this concept, if we are For teacher, technologies offer an endless set of resources that they can tap into depending on the need of the students. While this block the list features resources for a teacher looking effective and teaching method. இன்றைய சூழ்நிலையில நம்ம பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாக்கா, பாரதி கண்ட கனவின் பிரகாரம் பார்த்தோம்னாக்கா, புதுமையை புகுத்துவோம், நல்ல தரமான மாணவர்களை இக்காலத்திற்கு ஏற்றவாறு மாணவர்களை புதுமையை படைத்து உருவாக்குவோம் என்று கூறி இந்த நிறைவு விழாவிற்கு நிறைவுரை ஆற்ற வாய்ப்பு கொடுத்த அத்தனை நல் உள்ளங்களுக்கும் நன்றி கூறி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your deep knowledge with us. Your words were full of enthusiasm and valuable of knowledge. Thank you, sir. Now I am expecting some feedback from the participants. Please unmute your mic and can give your feedback about the virtual seminar on innovation pedagogy.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, ma.
Sir, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So 7 days and 7 different topics, sir. Everything was under one vast topic, pedagogical innovations. All the topics discussed and the ideas shared were really useful, sir. And it is to be incorporated into my resources, even into the teaching methods that we are yet to use in our career. All the sessions provided us valuable information for the career that we actually need to have. So it actually opened our minds to another source of information completely. So none other than all the 7 resource persons were experts in their own field, and they had their own way of expressing the concept. The language fluency was really awesome, sir. And it was like our teachers, all of you, has gifted us all these ideas, and you have almost enlightened us, and thank you for that. And all these innovation tools are right now available, and we, the student teacher, we resolved to take up a step to inculcate all these tools in our career too. So I thank from the bottom of my heart to all the organizing committee for giving us such an opportunity, and all the resource person for opening our minds with profound ideas. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Priyadashini. So we are expecting one more participant. You can unmute your mic and can give your feedback.
Sir, good afternoon.
Yes, sir, please.
Yes, good afternoon.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir, please.
This is Tamal Maran from Government Theni.
Okay.
So overall, all the session resource person very, very well, sir. And my best thanks to Dr. Panjaram, sir, because I'm very sure the Tamil Nadu teacher education last for they conduct the many programs. Also, Panjaram sir to share all the information details. I'm really shocking, sir. Conduct the more program, all the program very, very well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. And it's the time for what of thanks. The gratitude is the fairest blossoms that springs from the soul. So every academic ceremony is an experience for many. Though the external fades away, the concepts discussed lingers and echoes in our hearts forever. We are reminded that events like this one are milestones of the journey. As we come to close the valedictory ceremony, I am glad to invite Professor P. Ganesan, Head of the Department of Pedagogical Sciences, Tamil Nadu Teachers Educational University, Chennai, to propose the vote of thanks.
Hello.
Yes, sir, please.
Good evening. First of all, yes, good evening. First of all, I thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor. He is a man to motivate ourselves. He is a man also come to an inaugural function. And he is also insisted the topic is a very, very important one and very good one, because in the economic period, because we are a teacher, we use the technology and the different kinds of the methods used in the classroom situation. So he is a man of action. He used his each and every minute should be growth of our university. So I wholeheartedly the organizing committee of this 1 week seminar are nearly the Saurashtra College of Education and then Tyagarajar College of Perspectives. I thank you very much, sir. And I thank to our honorable and respectable registrar, Dr. V. Balakrishnan, sir. He is also come with us, and he also in his inaugural function he mentioned the some Ramayana, So this is the given immense and pleasure to increase our knowledge and then observation also. I wholeheartedly, on behalf of the committee, I thank you, sir. And I thank you, our controller of examination, and my good friend, Dr. Govindan, sir. He is also given his support. Even now on our electric function also he mentioned how can the teachers are learn or how can the teachers are teaching in what are the methods are in the teaching as his psychology level. So I wholeheartedly, on behalf of the committee members, I thank you, sir, for your presentation here. And I thank you, our dean faculty and my dear Annan, and then my eldest brother, and then my community of the Dr. Soundarajan sir also mentioned here. Then what are the macro teaching and what are the micro teaching? So we are the persons in which add to the methods is useful for our teaching. So on behalf of the committee members, on behalf of our university, and I thanks to your arrival here. Thank you, sir. And I thank you all the dignitaries from the various states and then country. And I thank all of you. And then I thanks to the two different kinds of the colleges. They are taken effort. All the peoples are very enthusiastic and then come forward to the 7 days is within the 1 hour. Just we said we are the surprising. Oh, the 7 days are okay. So it's me. Why I say it? Because they are hard workers. They don't bother about any other thing. I thanks especially to the Rajkumar sir and then Prakash sir. He is the head of the principal of that perspectives. He is a man of very humble, ever smiling faces. So it is also attract all the peoples. Not only him, these are all the person. Just like in the Kohila and Tangavil sir and then librarian and all the assistant professors of Tyagarajar College perspectives and then the management. The management also given a chance and given a permission to the particular group of the peoples conducting this 7 days virtual seminar. So I thank you all the peoples of in the Tyagarajar College of Perspectives, sir. Thank you, one and all. And I thanks to the other guys, the Saurashtra College, and then the chairman, the Jawaharlal sir is also come forward in the inaugural function. He also given his suggestion. Not only that, the principals of the Saurashtra College, Dr. Prabhu, and the assistant professor of the Dr. Selvakumar, not only these two people, and the supporting of the other assistant professors from the Saurashtra College of Education, and whole I thanks to on behalf of our university and this committee member, I thank you, sir, and I thank you, my colleague, in my in my good professors, Dr. Nagasubramani, Dr. Mahalingam, Dr. Muttamil Chelvan sir, Dr. George Stephen, Dr. Jagannathan. These are the 5 persons who are supporting to me to conducting this seminar in very successful. I wholeheartedly thank all the assistants, professor, associate professors, and the professors of our University. And I thanks to the resource persons. Just to be noticed, first day taken in anthropology. Our good professor and my friend Dr. Madheswaran sir given them an anthropology, how can we adapted the different kinds of the methods used in them. I wholeheartedly thank you, sir. And then I thank you to the Patakar and the Yog, the Priyadarshini madam and Sankita madam, then even also the Thiyagu, then Patakar. These are all the excellent percentages. They given me more and more information.
Sir, please unmute your mic, sir. Please unmute your mic, sir.
இப்பதான் சார்.
Okay. So, just when we go through the Thiyagu sir also given all this thing like graphic. Why I say this one means we learn how can introducing the new technique inside the classroom situation. So I wholeheartedly on behalf of the university, on behalf of the two meritorious colleges of the Saurashtra, College of Education and the Thiyagu College of Perspective, I wholeheartedly thanks to all the resource persons and resource to get it all this knowledge. Thank you, sir. And then the technically people, the technology people, and technical people also supported to our seminar with great success. Not only that, some of the people are given their feedback also. It is a very wonderful one to the organizing this 1 week seminar. So I thank all of you, those who are supported to this great success of the 7 days virtual, and then it is in a pedagogical innovations. I thank wholeheartedly on behalf of our university, Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, and Thiyagu College of Perspectives, and Saurashtra College of Education. So on behalf of this one, I wholeheartedly thank all of you in this session. Thank you, thank one and all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you, sir. Wonderful.
Thank you. Kogila is here, and then that great person Rajkumar is here. But you not show the Tangavel, sir. You are a person. You will not show the Tangavel, sir. So that's why on your librarian also, your librarian. It is in a very glad, it is in a very glad, and we are also happy. What happy means? You are a person who not anything, you will not get it anywhere. But you are voluntarily involved, you are voluntarily involved, and the great success of the 1 week program. I personally thank all of the colleagues, college people. You are a very, very wonderful people. You are a very, very wonderful, and then combine, you share your idea and combining, and there is no formality, and there is no discrimination. All are coordinately successful of this seminar. Especially, I thank all of you, sir. Okay. Then the Saurashtra College people is not showing. Selvakumar is here? Sir, Selvakumar.
Yeah, sir. Yes, sir.
You go. You open your view, sir. You not show your face only in there. You are in the college or anywhere else. I don't know. But anyhow, you are a person here. Just you show your face because you done it some more. Okay, where is your principal, sir? Prabhu. And then you tell all these things to your college people. Okay. Yes, this face is also excellent one, boy. Why you are not showing your face? Silukmar. அதாவது எப்பொழுதுமே ஒரு இதுல படிக்கிறோம் அல்லது பேசுறோம் அப்படின்னா வெறுமனே பிக்சரை காட்டிக்கிட்டு பின்னாடி பேசக்கூடாது. நீங்க என்ன நடத்துறீங்களோ அல்லது என்ன பேச போறீங்களோ என்ன பண்ணணும், தெளிவா தெரியணும்னா உங்க ஃபேஸை காட்டி தான் பேசணும். இப்ப கோகிலா மேடம் ஒருத்தரை இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னு என்ன பண்ணுவோம், உடனேவும் ஃபேஸ் ரெக்கார்டர் நீங்க பாத்துருக்கீங்களா? இப்போ நம்ம ராஜ்குமார் வந்து என்ன பண்ணாரு, சீட்ல முன்னாடியும் பின்னாடி போயிட்டு வந்தார். அதுக்கு ஒரு லேர்னிங் சொல்லணும் இல்லையா? அப்போ டீச்சர் இதுதான், இது இஸ் ஃபண்டமெண்டல். இதத்தான் நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம், ஒரு இது எப்போ நடத்தினாலும் என்ன பண்ணணும், ஆக்ஷனோட இருக்கணும். இப்ப நான் தொடர் ஆக்ஷனோட இருக்கணும், கையை காட்டுறோம் இல்லையா, கையை காட்டாம மூடி வச்சுட்டா ஆக்ஷனோட இருக்கணும். எதுக்கு அதை சொல்றேன்னா, இது எல்லாம் ஃபியூச்சர்ல இன்னும் நல்லா தெரிஞ்சுங்க. புரியுதா செல்வகுமார் சார்? நீங்க ராஜ்குமார் சார்ட்ட நிறைய பழகுங்க. ராஜ்குமார் சார்ட்ட நிறைய பழகுங்க, தங்கவேல் சார்ட்ட பழகுங்க, கோகிலா மேடத்தையும் அப்பப்போ கேட்டுங்க. இவங்கெல்லாம் உண்மையிலேயும் the pupils are getting more and more things. How can adapt inside the classroom and outside the classroom, inside the campus and outside the campus, இல்லையா? சோ இது வந்து உண்மையிலேயே அனைவருக்கும் கிடைத்த ஒரு வெற்றி. இந்த வெற்றிக்கு உதவிய உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் தமிழின் மூலமாக பாராட்டி அனைவரும் நலமுடன் பெற்று இன்னும் மேலும் இது போன்ற ஒரு செமினார், இது போன்ற ஒரு ஒர்க் ஷாப், ஒரு இன்டர்நேஷனல் கான்பரன்ஸ் போன்றவற்றை நடத்தி உண்மையிலேயே உங்களுடைய கல்லூரியுடைய பெயர் இங்கு மட்டுமல்ல உலகம் முழுவதும் பரவுவதற்கு நீங்கள் உதவியாக இருக்க வேண்டும். அதற்கு உதவியாக நம்முடைய தமிழ்நாடு ஆசிரியர் பல்கலைக்கழகத்துடன் இணைந்து செயல்பட்டவர் மென்மேலும் சிறக்கும் என்று கூறி, இந்த ஒரு வார காலமாக தூக்கம் சரியாக இருக்காது, எனக்கு நன்றாக தெரியும். ஏனென்றால் எந்த ஒரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் நடத்தினாலும் சரி, 1 வீக் ப்ரோக்ராம்னா தூக்கமே வராது. ரிசர்ச் பர்சன் வருவாரா, இருக்காரா, அல்லது ரிசர்ச் பர்சன் எங்க இருக்காரு, இப்படி தேடி கண்டுபிடிக்க பாதி இது போயிருக்கு. அது ராஜ்குமார் தான் தெரியும் இல்லையா? ராஜ்குமாருக்கும் யாருக்கும் நம்ம தங்கவேல் சார் 2 பேரும் உட்காந்து பாக்குறப்ப இருக்காரா கேளு, எத்தனை மணிக்கு வராங்க, ஸோ இட் இஸ் டெக்னிக்கல் ஒன். இதுதான் இது எல்லாம் நாம் கற்றுக்கொள்ளக்கூடிய பாடங்கள். எனவே இவற்றையெல்லாம் கற்றுக்கொண்டவற்றை வருங்காலங்களில் நாம் பயன்படுத்துவதுதான் இட் இஸ் எ மெத்தட்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி, இது வரைக்கும் எனக்கு உதவியாக, நம்முடைய பல்கலைக்கழகத்துக்கு உதவியாக ஒற்றுமையுடன் பாடுபட்ட உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் நன்றி கூறுவதோடு, எனக்கு அந்த வாய்ப்பை கொடுத்த உங்களுக்கு மீண்டும் நன்றி கூறி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
The end of your story is a new beginning for many others.
Encouragement speech.
On this note, let us conclude memorable knowledge of validatory session.
Thank you, sir.
On behalf of Thiyagu College of Physics, we sincerely thank the dignitaries of
Thank you, sir.
session.
Okay, ma. Okay. Thank you.
And I shower my
we will meet again. Okay.
to professors.
Prakash sir. We will meet again, sir. It is a very success of your college. Very success and help to me as a success. Okay, thank you very much for your kind cooperation.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
I shower my
Selvakumar, thank you.
to the professors and
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Selvakumar. Okay,
for the wholehearted supported and
Thank you, sir.
virtual international seminar. I appreciate the participation.
Anbalagan sir, thank you, sir.
I appreciate the participants of the seminar. I humbly
Thank you very much
explain
for
the
your supporting.
support
Thank you very much.
for all the future endeavors of
thank you,
Thiyagu
sir.
College of Receptors, Madurai. This is Rajakumar, Assistant Professor of Thiyagu College of
Yes.
Receptors, Madurai. Your host is signing off for the day. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Go ahead. Thank you all.
Professor Ganesan, this is Untitled from Thiyagu College Professor. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tangvel. Yes. Selvakumar இப்போதான் முடிச்சு. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. யாருப்பா?